And a very pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to another broadcast here on ValleyCentral.com. Coming to you from La Jolla ISD Stadium. It is the Juarez-Lincoln Huskies getting set to take on the Edinburgh Economides Jaguars. I'm Joe Bowling with you once again, bringing you this live streaming audio and video feed here on ValleyCentral.com. And this one, well, it has the look and feel of a playoff game, and it very well should, because of the fact that where these two teams are sitting in the standings, they are both in a position to win the rest of their ball games and have a real good shot or a lock at making the playoffs. Economides won the coin toss, but they're kicking off. They defer to the second half, and welcome to the broadcast. Here we go. Huskies bring the football out across the 20-yard line and to the 22, 23-yard line. They'll be brought down there, and that's where the Huskies take over. 1st and 10, just underway here in the first quarter of play. Juarez-Lincoln comes into this ball game with a record of 3-4 overall, 2-3 in district play. Edinburgh Economides with a 4-2 record overall, 2-2 in district play. Team watching this one is Edinburgh Vela, and they have a big interest in this ball game. They are rooting for this Huskies ball club to get the win here tonight against Economides. 1st and 10 for the Huskies, and they'll run the ball to the right side. Football comes loose. Huskies are going to get it back out across the 22-yard line. Mist coming down here tonight. It had the feel of football weather for the first time since this season has kicked off. Loss of 2 that time for the Huskies. It brings up 2nd and 12, their first possession of the ball game. It comes here. Game started at 7 o'clock. Out of the huddle, here come the Huskies once again. They'll go with a 5-receiver set. 3 right, 2 out to the left-hand side. Shotgun formation on this 2nd and 12 play. Economides crowding the line. Huskies wait. Penalty flag comes in. There was still 5 seconds on the play clock. And the official will call illegal motion against the Huskies. 5-yard penalty will set him back 5, and it still remains 2nd down, but now 2nd down and 17 yards to go. First quarter action, scoreless ball game. Juarez-Lincoln with the football. First possession of the night. Quarterback Ramiro Garza for the Huskies, the senior. Gets a new play from the sideline, sets him up, and he'll overload the left side of the field. Wide receiver Obed Fernandez is the wide out, far left-hand side. He'll go in motion to the right side, and before the snap, whistle timeout. Illegal motion after a loss on the play, and then confusion prior to the snap on the next play, and Juarez-Lincoln has to call a timeout. Comes with 10:43 remaining here in the first quarter of play. You look at these two teams statistically, Edinburgh Economides sitting with 1,199 yards on the ground on the season, 532 in the air. Juarez-Lincoln with 1,092 yards of offense on the ground, 423 in the air. So neither team has passed the ball much, but we look at this district, and you have to bunch a bunch of people together before you tally up the likes of Sherryland Rattler passing yardage. They're the only team over 1,000 yards on the season thus far coming in. So the mix here in this District 35A is teams that just don't pass the ball if they don't have to. Timeout, here we go. 2nd and 17 for the Huskies. Garza takes a snap, rolls out, looks to throw the ball. Now he's going to run forward. He's going to get back to the 20-yard line, still well short of the original line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 3rd and long. Ramiro Garza that time on a design rollout to the right side, but that collapsed in a hurry. 3rd down, and call it 15 yards to go for the Huskies of Juarez-Lincoln. Coming in here, Juarez-Lincoln had scored 80 points on the season. Edinburgh Economides 132. So a limited offense here in this ball game as well as far as putting points on the board between these two teams. 3rd down play for the Huskies. And movement on the line before the snap. Penalties came in, 9:52 to go. They'll blow this one dead, and they'll call this penalty against the Huskies. 5 more yards, their first possession, now 2 penalties, and it moves them back even further, now inside their 15-yard line. Edinburgh North atop this district with a 5-0 record. Sherryland right behind them, 4-0. Collision course between those two schools, it's still intact on a Halloween night, on a Thursday in Edinburgh. Below them, Don, I'll get to them in a moment. Shotgun formation for Garza on third and call it 20 yards to go. Takes a snap, drops back, looks to throw the ball, steps up in the pocket, fires it over the middle, ball tipped and incomplete. Pass deflected at the 30-yard line. Intended for Obed Fernandez, and the sophomore couldn't reel it in. Punting time for the Huskies. On fourth down, and Economides should get good field position out of this exchange. Couple of games coming your way live here tonight on valleycentral.com. Tomorrow, I counted 8 games in the mix. And then Saturday's game. Punt gets away. Economides fields it in Husky territory, bring it across the 40 down to the 35-yard line, and finally brought down at the 33. That's where the Economides offense will take over. 1st and 10. 9-10 left, first quarter action. Scoreless ball game. Edinburgh Economides taking on the Juarez-Lincoln Huskies. Our streaming video and audio coming your way here on a Thursday night. Of course, tomorrow night all of our games will have audio only during the live portion of the ball game, and then at the conclusion of the games, about an hour afterwards, we'll have the video. We'll be able to turn that on. On Saturday, that Harlingen game against Brownsville Veterans Memorial is 11 o'clock kickoff. Pass play by Economides over the middle, underthrown, incomplete. Incomplete pass on first down. Economides had him set up that time. David Garcia had slipped in the secondary. He was free. You lead him with a pass right there, and he walks in the end zone easily. Incompleted pass brings up 2nd down and 10 for Economides. 9:05 to go, first quarter action from the 32 of the Huskies, who had the ball to start this game, couldn't move it forward, punted, short field to work with. Economides going to run the ball. Left side, nice tackle in the backfield. He'll trip forward. Gain a yard, maybe 2 on the play, but 3rd and long coming up for Economides. Tony Izagiri, the ball carrier that time for Economides. They'll mark him down at the line of scrimmage, a yard beyond, so 3rd and 9 coming up. Like I said earlier, the way these teams play, their offenses are set to run the football primarily. That means sustained drives. Take time off the clock if possible. Running play on a trap play. Izagiri goes nowhere. 3 players there, and the three and out right now for Economides after getting this terrific field position to start this drive. They've gone nowhere. 4th down coming up. Call it 9.5 or 8.5 yards to go. And Economides appears to leave their offense on the field. Edinburgh Vela, like I said, they're sitting here watching this game with interest because of the fact that they lost to Economides, and they do not need Economides to win this ball game. They've beaten Juarez-Lincoln already. They would hold a tiebreaker over them. 4th down play, pass play, down the right side, plenty of room, ball tipped, incomplete at the goal line. Terrific play down there by the Huskies on that incompleted pass. And so the Huskies take over on the replay. You'll see it here. They were going for the deep ball on 4th and 10. You can intercept that if you want, but why? Tip it away as he did, and the Huskies take over out at their own 33-yard line versus potentially intercepting that inside the 5 or taking it in the end zone. Huskies, 2nd time on the field with the offense. Last time they went backwards. This time they'll go under center with Garza. Takes a snap, hands it off on a delay. They'll run right side, and Economides is there to stack that one up. No gain on the play, brings up 2nd down. Defensively, Economides has given up 1,079 yards on the ground. 643 in the air. They're allowing 286 yards of offense against them per game. 2nd down and 9 coming up for the Huskies of Juarez-Lincoln. 7:06 to go here in the first quarter. Scoreless ball game. And they'll run the ball right side again. Out across the 35. Short gain. Brings up 3rd and long. Another carry by Martin Diaz. Diaz comes into the ball game and 7 games played. 128 yards attempted, 689 yards on the ground, averaging better than 5 yards per carry. He has 5 touchdowns as well. 3rd down and call it 6 yards to go for the Huskies. 4 receiver set. Overload the left-hand side. 3 guys stand over there. Garza, the quarterback, on a shotgun with 9 on the play clock. Sees a blitz coming. They pick it up early. Now he runs. He's hit and wrapped up and taken down. Nice play over there by Israel Gomez, the junior linebacker. Economides showed the blitz. Huskies picked it up early, and then just too many bodies coming at Ramiro Garza. They bring him down for a loss of a couple. It brings up 4th and 10, another punting situation for the Huskies. Last time Economides got good field position. We'll see what they get here. A bad punt goes off the right side of his foot. It'll sail out of bounds at the 48.5-yard line. So for a second time tonight, Edinburgh Economides will start a drive in Juarez-Lincoln territory. 5:49 left, first quarter action, scoreless ball game. Edinburgh Economides taking on Juarez-Lincoln. It's the Huskies taking on the Jaguars. Jaguar offense, first time out, limited yards, ended up going for it on 4th down, this time on 1st down. Man in motion, handed off up the middle, and that'll trip forward for about a yard. That ball comes loose. Both teams pointing that they got it. Mad scramble down there on the pile. No sign yet from the official as to who gets the football, and now they'll say the Huskies get it. Economides turns it over. Juarez-Lincoln gets the football, and coming out of there with it in his hands, looks like Dustin Ruiz, the junior linebacker. Economides football, 5:36 to go, first quarter. Best field position for the Huskies to start a drive. See if they can get this offense moving the ball against Economides, which has been stingy thus far on defense. Garza brings him up to the line, under center this time. Pitch out, left-hand side. Diaz tries to turn the corner, gets a little room, and he steps out of bounds right near the midfield stripe. Brought down just shy of that. Gain of a couple, and again, a guy that averages better than 5 yards per carry has been limited thus far by Economides. Gain of 3, 2nd down and 7 coming up. Football just shy of the midfield stripe. Thus far, the entire ball game has been played on the Huskies side of the midfield stripe. New play in from the sidelines. Ramiro Garza brings him up to the line of scrimmage. Sends Obed Fernandez out to the right-hand side as a receiver. Shifts everyone over right side. Under center with 9 on the play clock. Pitch out, run right. Sweep, Diaz tries to get to the outside there. Races to the midfield stripe. Steps out of bounds at the Economides 49. And 3rd and 5 coming up for the Huskies on that short gain by Diaz. They'll actually mark him down where it's 3rd and 6 coming up with 5:21 to go. He stepped out of bounds. They'll stop the clock. A mist as far as your field conditions. Light mist was falling during the pregame. Expecting off and on rains for the next couple of days. 3rd down and 6. Huskies up to the line of scrimmage. Garza sends a man in motion right to left. Play action, gonna pass. Looks, downfield, throws it, has a man incomplete. Brandon Ramirez was there. Incompleted pass and punting time for the Huskies for a 3rd time tonight. Take a look at the statistics in this ball game. You wouldn't expect either of these teams to have anybody in the top 5 in passing, receiving. Nope, not going to happen. Diaz is in the top 5 in scoring. Punt is away. That ball is fielded, now dropped. That's a loose football. Still loose. Looks like the Huskies may get it again. And they do. Just outside the 15-yard line of Economides, and back-to-back turnovers. Now there's a penalty on the flag as well. So we'll see what this is all about. It's going to be against Economides. Whereas Lincoln will decline that. They'll get the football in the red zone. Back-to-back turnovers by Economides, and the Huskies have a golden chance here to jump on top. It comes with 5:03 remaining here in the first quarter of play. Mishandled punt on the return from the 16-yard line. Huskies with a new life here. Twice Economides started a drive in this game in Husky territory. This time the Huskies get the best field position to start a drive yet. Play in from the sidelines, 20 on the play clock, as Garza breaks him out of the huddle. Up to the line come the Huskies, first down play, shotgun formation, full house backfield, joining Garza. Back there in that shotgun. Snap back, hand off to Diaz. Bounces outside, hit and taken down. Nice tackle made that time by Emilio Zuniga. And that'll be a loss of 4 on the play. Zuniga, defensive lineman, a senior for this Economides Jaguars team, and they needed that play to offset the balance here on this field position for the Juarez Lincoln Huskies. Second down and 14. They'll run the ball again, this time to the right side, back inside the 20, driving forward to the 18-yard line. Diaz, and it's quickly third down for the Huskies. Here comes the receiving corps in. Obed Fernandez checks in. Brandon Ramirez also in as a receiver, and Miguel Trevino will enter the ball game for the Huskies. On third down and call it 12. If they get the ball inside the 7, they'll have another set of downs from which to work. 3:53 and counting here in the first quarter. We're scoreless, but the Huskies have a chance. 3 receivers out to the left-hand side. Garza out of a shotgun formation. Keeps Diaz in the backfield on this 3rd and 12 play. Takes a snap, drops back to throw. Has time. Now he's rushed out of the pocket. Hit, and he's going to go down. Again, it's going to be Zuniga. And 2 of the 3 plays since the Huskies took over at the Economides 16 result in a loss on the play as a result of a tackle by Emilio Zuniga. So neither team able to draw blood despite the fact they've been given tremendous field position here to start this game. Huskies will try a field goal. They'll mark this down at the 34. This is a 44-yard field goal attempt coming up for the Juarez Lincoln Huskies. Snap's a good one. The ball's down. The kick is up. It's not going to make it. Short and to the left. So the opportunity no good for the Huskies. We're still scoreless. 2:49 remains here in the first quarter. And Economides will breathe a sigh of relief right there. Mishandled punt return, but no harm done. Jaguars take over at their own 27-yard line. 2 turnovers already in the ball game, both of them by Economides, but the Huskies couldn't capitalize. 1st and 10 for Economides. They'll shift a man, run the ball right-hand side, a lot of room across the 30, 35-yard line near the first down yardage. Brought down at the 37-yard line. Brings up first down as the chains will be moved for Economides. Sorry, fans, no move those chains chants here this evening. Save that for our Edinburgh special. 2:32 to go. Running play for Economides. Out across the 40 and more across the midfield stripe. Backing into Husky territory. Finally brought down at the 48. Ramsey Ramirez on the carry. Ended up backing across the midfield stripe, gaining a couple more there, and the chains move once again for Economides. Suddenly their offense on back-to-back plays, moving the football just a bit here against the Huskies. Go back to their first drive. If they would have had back-to-back plays like that, they would be banging on the end zone. First down play. They'll run it up the middle. A lot of room and more. Inside the 35, down to the 30-yard line. That time it was Alfonso Barrera on the carry. And 3 consecutive first downs in which Economides has moved the ball at least 10 yards. This time they're set up at the 31-yard line. Minute 53 and counting here in the first quarter. Economides take the snap, hand the ball off. Running play left-hand side. This time they won't go anywhere. Huskies there, drop the runner for no gain. Maybe forward progress across the 30-yard line, which would give him 2. And this is where the Huskies have been playing strong defense already here tonight. From the 29-yard line, Edinburgh Economides. Luis Alvarez, the quarterback, brings him up to the line of scrimmage. He'll go under center. High formation behind him. He'll take the snap, hand the ball off. Running play right side is Aguirre. Makes a nice move, cuts it upfield, down to the 20-yard line. That's good enough for a first down. And it brings up first down and 10 inside the 20-yard line for Economides, right at the 20. Jaguars on the move. Furthest they've moved the ball downfield thus far tonight. We're in the first quarter. We're under a minute left. Edinburgh Economides up to the line. Alvarez takes a look at the defense under center. On first down. Lots of movement up front. Penalty flags come in. That'll be against Economides. Stops the clock with 43 seconds left here in the first quarter of play. Coming up at 10, highlights from this ball game on Action 4. Reminding you, tomorrow night, Friday Sports Extra comes your way right after the 10 o'clock newscast with highlights, interviews, and more. And then on Saturday on Action 4, we've got a doubleheader of SEC action, or of college football. Sunday, doubleheader NFL action. Running play, Economides. They'll run the ball. Limited yards that time for Barrera. Second down, he gained a yard. 2nd and 14 coming up. Also on Sunday, we have Sunday Sports Extra coming your way at 10:30. And we'll be discussing more and more on this playoff run being made by some of these teams who are now positioning themselves in spots to clinch or in some cases be eliminated from the playoffs. And that ends the first quarter of play. Scoreless ball game with the Huskies of Juarez-Lincoln taking on Economides. I'm Joe Bowling. We'll take a break. This is high school football on ValleyCentral.com. Back here, live action at La Jolla, Texas on a Thursday night. Edinburgh Economides taking on the Juarez-Lincoln Huskies. We are scoreless after one quarter of play. Economides with the football at the Juarez-Lincoln 24-yard line. They'll have a 2nd and 14 coming up. Also want to remind you that our streaming action continues for yet another year. We'll be bringing you the pigskin competition with the bands from across the Rio Grande Valley. One of those coming up here. I'll tell you more after this play. Jaguars run the ball. Izagiri, left-hand side, gets a block. Tripped up, though, as he fell forward to about the 17-yard line. 3rd and long coming up for Economides. Back to pigskin. 3 o'clock, we'll start the broadcast. One of those venues will be this very field right here at La Jolla ISD. The other one, San Benito. So follow us on valleycentral.com and pass the word. You can watch your favorite band as they perform in the marching band competition that is pigskin. 3rd and 7, Economides run the ball left-hand side. They'll try to get to the outside and get close to the 10. Now they'll get a first down on second effort by Ramsey Ramirez. Ramirez was hit a couple of times shy of the first down and then managed to fight his way inside the 10. And it's 1st and goal coming up for Economides. Ramirez, Izagiri, Barrera, all running the ball effectively on this drive for the Economides Jaguars. 1st and goal from the 8. Alvarez brings him up to the line of scrimmage. On 1st down. Man in motion right to left. Handoff up the middle. Inside the 5. Touchdown Economides. Jaguars off a left tackle. Take it in the end zone. And that's Barrera on the carry. Alfonso Barrera, the senior, takes it in. Extra point coming up for the Jaguars. High snap, they get it down. The kick is up. It's a short kick, but it doesn't need to go far. It makes it in. With 10:56 remaining in the first quarter of play here in La Jolla, it's the Economides Jaguars 7. Juarez Lincoln Huskies nothing. We'll be back with a kickoff on valleycentral.com. Thanks for joining me here on valleycentral.com on a Thursday night. Joe Bowling with you here at La Jolla, where the Economides Jaguars on the road have taken a 7-0 lead here against the Juarez Lincoln Huskies. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook at JoeKGBT. You'll have some photos from this game as they occur, including the touchdown by Economides. So Economides turns it over twice in the first quarter, but holds the Juarez Lincoln Huskies scoreless and now lead the ball game 7-0. Huskies on the return of the kick, out across the 20. Little room, penalty flag. This one's coming back. Across the 30-yard line, out to the 32. Huskies going to get called for an illegal block of some sort on the kick return. And so instead of starting this drive at their own 33, they'll be moved back after they mark off the penalty yards. Tomorrow night, I'm in Westaco. Westaco East taking on the Westaco Panthers. Westaco sitting at 4-1 in district play. Westaco East at 3-1. Second time in the school's history they'll play each other. Last year, Westaco East won that one going away, a shutout. 1st and 10, football marked at the 14-yard line of the Juarez Lincoln Huskies. Their offense has been limited thus far, but hey, so had the Economides Jaguars until that last drive. Shotgun formation for Ramiro Garza. On 1st down, takes a snap. keeps the ball in an option. He's hitting the backfield, and down he goes. Loss of 3 on the play. Clock running here with 10:34 to go in the first half. We're in the second quarter of play at Juarez Lincoln's home field in La Jolla, Texas. 7-0 the score. Economides on top. Kevin Naro, I'm told, is down in Brownsville tonight. That's what I was told anyway. Now I'm being told, no, he's not. Second down play coming up for the Huskies. Out of a shotgun. I'll get that story, perhaps at halftime. Pass play. They'll look to throw the ball downfield over the middle. A lot of contact. And it's an incompleted pass. That would have been enough for a first down for the Huskies. Intended receiver Miguel Trevino, the junior. And so the clock will stop with 9:51 to go. Well, where is Kevin Notto then? Have to find that out. Did he get a night off? What's that? 7-0 score. Jaguars on top. Huskies with a football. Facing a 3rd and 13 from their own 10. Garza out of a shotgun formation once again. On this third down play, here comes the blitz by Economides. They get him a little room. Now he's going to run. He's got some room across the 15-yard line. Stumbles at the 19. Looked like he was going to be short of a first down anyway, because right in his way was Alivio Garza, the senior linebacker. But perhaps this mist that is falling on the synthetic turf caused the feet to fall out from Ramiro Garza. Slip sliding away, out of bounds he went. 4th and 5, punting time for the Huskies, and I've said that a bunch already in this ball game. Good snap, kick is away. Wobbly kick, they'll let it bounce. Takes a Economides bounce, and for another time here tonight in the first half, Economides are going to start a drive. Jaguars get the football in Husky territory. .9:05 left here in the half. Okay, perhaps Kevin Naro's in Brownsville tomorrow night. That's a go. Kevin, listening back home, enjoy the night off. Envious. I made a trek from Brownsville already this evening to get here. Caught a little UTB soccer, a little nationally ranked UTB, that is. They were trailing when I left to Wiley, not Coyote, College. First down play, 9:04 to go. They'll run the ball, and that goes nowhere. Loss on the play. Nice job by the Huskies getting in there and getting to Ramsey Ramirez before he could ever turn that ball upfield. Second down. Clay Williams is down at UTB this evening, where the Final Four from last year's national championships have converged for volleyball action for the next 3 nights. 8:33 to go here. Second down and 14 for Economides. Man in motion. Alvarez hands it off up the middle, and that one goes nowhere. They'll finally blow the play dead, or will they? No, they'll just let him drive him backwards. Third down, about 14 yards to go. 8:10 and counting here in the second quarter. This drive started in Husky territory, but back-to-back plays result in negative yardage. Economides back on their side of the 50. From the 46, here come the Jaguars. Definite passing down on 3rd and 17. Alvarez with an I formation behind him. Play action, wants to throw. Here comes the rush, got rid of the ball, and it's going to be incomplete. Heavy pressure that time on Alvarez. Took the punishment as he was hit delivering the pass. Incomplete. 4th down, punting time, Jaguars. So once again, the Huskies defense gets the job done. You take away one drive, we would still be scoreless here tonight. 4th and 17 coming up. 7:42 remaining here in the half. Reminding you that Pigskin again will be broadcast in its entirety on valleycentral.com on Saturday. Snap away, punt's a low one. It's going to take a bounce for Economides and roll inside the Huskies 10, inside the 5, and down to the 3. Huskies offense, which hasn't done anything yet tonight, will have their biggest chore yet. They'll start inside their 5, call it the 3-yard line. 1st and 10 with 7:28 left here in the half. Seven nothing to score. Economides Jaguars on top. Huskies got to be careful down here. Both teams have shown that their defense can disrupt the other team's offense and lose yardage. Not much room to give up here if you're the Huskies. 1st and 10 play. Shotgun formation from the end zone. Appear to be changing up the play at the line. 12 on the play clock. Here comes the blitz right side. They'll run the ball off that left-hand side and stretch forward near the 4. Then a hit comes in after the ball carrier hit the ground. No call on that. Clock running, 7:14 to go here in the second quarter. 7-0 ball game. Jaguars on top. Huskies with a football. Gain of 2 there. Brings up 2nd and 8. This time they'll run a 3-receiver set. Now make it a 4 receivers. Twins left and right. Shotgun formation for Garza. Garza with Diaz standing at the goal line. Movement up front. Penalty flags. Diaz running the ball. Tripped up as he crossed the 5 to the 6. But it looked like the defense may have jumped off sides on this snap. Official to make the call, and it will be against Economides. That'll stop the clock with 6:44 remaining in the half. Going back to the volleyball action at UTB, tonight they're taking on Columbia College out of Missouri. And then tomorrow night, it's the number 3 team in the country in town. And then on Saturday night, it's the numbers 1 and 2 teams in the nation squaring off in Brownsville. 2nd and 3 coming up for the Huskies. They'll run the ball to Diaz. No, quarterback keeps it, slips it out, trying to get back to the 10-yard line, falls back across that. Economides wasn't fooled on that play at all. 3rd down coming up for the Huskies. Economides continues to crowd the line of scrimmage, just daring the Huskies to throw the football. 3rd and 10 coming up. Check that 3rd and 3. Get it across the 13, you get a 1st down. Under center this time, Ramiro Garza. On 3rd down, takes a snap, hands the ball off Diaz. He's got a 1st down and more. Across the 15-yard line to the 16. That'll move the chains. As Diaz gets enough for the 1st down. They'll stop the clock long enough to move the chains. This drive started at the Juarez-Lincoln 3. They managed to get it out to the 17. 1st and 10 coming up. Thanks again to the La Jolla ISD for providing us with the video coverage here tonight. Streaming action on valleycentral.com. A view from the eyes of the quarterback, Ramiro Garza, on this pass play. Right side, overthrows it incomplete. Second down and 10 coming up for the Huskies. We'll have highlights of this one tonight on Action 4, which right now will include the Alfonso Barrera 8-yard run, which resulted in a touchdown. The only points scored here through the first quarter into the second as we have 5:23 left. Huskies with the ball. 2nd and 10 after the incompleted pass. Checking off at the line of scrimmage. Garza now waits, takes a snap. Swings a pass right side. It's caught out across the 20-yard line. That's a short gain. And 3rd and long coming up for the Huskies. Brandon Ramirez on the catch, the junior wideout. but it was quickly covered by Efrain Galvan, the senior defensive back. Under 5 minutes left here in the first half. 3rd and 6 coming up for the Huskies. New play from the sidelines. Shotgun formation. Movement up front. Garcia wants to throw. Fires a pass. Got a man. It's caught. Across the 20, 25, 30 and more. 35, 40. Look out down the sideline. Midfield to the 40-yard line and out of bounds there. They get the ball out in the flats. And Diaz does the rest. Edward Garcia on the pass. Diaz on the reception. Big play time for the Huskies. 1st and 10 from the Economides 39. That'll stop the clock with 4:25 remaining here in the first half. Edward Garcia, the junior quarterback. Shotgun formation has Diaz in the backfield behind him after that big pass completion. Appears to be changing the play at the line. Sets him down, takes a snap. Fires a pass right side. That's going to be caught at the 40 and more. 35, 30, sideline, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Huskies. Down the sidelines, Obed Fernandez. And that's a 39-yard strike. Fernandez got to the corner and turned on the Jets on the pass. Check this out. He caught it, and then he moves it downfield in a hurry, and nobody to get the angle and nobody with the speed to catch him. That was 4. That was Brandon Ramirez on the catch. First extra point is good. 7-7 your score. We'll be back with a kickoff on valleycentral.com. Back here at La Jolla in the first half, all knotted up at 7 apiece thanks to the speed, in this case, of Brandon Ramirez, the wide receiver who took a pass from Edward Garcia down the right sideline. 39 yards later, he's in for the score. And we have got ourselves a tie game at 7 apiece. Huskies to kick it off to Economides. Middle of the field, they'll return it out across the 15 to the 20, 25 and more, 30, 35, out across the 35 to the 40 and more, 43, 44-yard line for the Jaguars of Economides. Jesse Gonzalez, the sophomore, on the return. .403 left here in the half. Jaguars with a football. They'll run it across the 45 to the 47. Short gain on that play on the carry by Barrera. Second down, call it 8 yards to go. From the 46 of the Jaguars. Jaguars struck first. All the scoring coming in the second quarter. Alfonso Barrera on an 8-yard run took it in. And just recently, the Juarez Lincoln Huskies have countered. Tie ball game. Alvarez hands it off. Second man through. He's got some room into Lincoln territory. That's going to be close to first down yardage. Should be enough at the 45. Looking at the timeout situation, Jaguars have all 3 of their timeouts left here in the first half. Huskies with a pair. 1st and 10. Jaguars run the ball right side up the middle, now cutting it upfield in the secondary, and Moore banged off his feet, but not before he takes it to the 20-yard line. Big carry. And it brings up a first down for the Jaguars, and the Huskies will talk it over. Timeout on the field at La Jolla. 7-7 your score, 3:09 left in the half. Jaguars on the march. Back after this on ValleyCentral.com. First and 10 for the Economies Jaguars. Back to action after the timeout. They'll run the ball inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line of the Huskies. We'll go under the 3-minute mark here in the first half. Game tied at 7 apiece. 2:55 and counting here in the second quarter. Jaguars scored first. Huskies answered. Jaguars trying to regain the lead. They still have 3 timeouts remaining. May not need them though. 2nd and 3 coming up. Double wing formation under center. Alvarez hands the ball off, and he's going to be hit in the backfield, and down he goes. Back at the 20-yard line, they'll drop Jesse Gonzalez. And that'll bring up 3rd down and right at 10 yards to go. Clock running, 2:10 left. First half action. Huskies defense trying to get the stop here. Closing out the final 2 minutes. And the Jaguars will run it left side, and that's going to be short of a first down on a carry by Ramsey Ramirez. And 4th down coming up for Economides. Will they go for it here on 4th down? It appears as though they will. Got to get it inside the 11 to get a first down. Huskies defense digging in. Jaguars snap the ball, run the ball, and it's going to be close to a first down. Needed to get it inside the 11. And he will get a first down for the Jaguars. They convert on 4th and 2. Football spotted squarely at the 10. They'll stop the clock to move the chains. 1st and goal now coming up for Economides. Minute 22 to go on 1st and goal. They'll run the ball right-hand side. Lot of room inside the 5. Walking in the end zone, touchdown. Tony Izaguirre waltzed into the end zone on 1st and goal, and that looked real easy. It comes with a minute 12 left. Minute 12 left. Izaguirre takes it in. Extra point coming up for the Jaguars. They'll go for the conventional 1 here. Huskies will still have 3 timeouts left in a minute 12. Extra point up high, long, and good. 14-7. Jaguars back on top. Kickoff coming up on ValleyCentral.com. Thanks again for joining us here on ValleyCentral.com on a Thursday night in La Jolla, Texas. Joe Bowling with you here on ValleyCentral.com as the Juarez Lincoln Huskies going to have to go back to work. They trailed at one time 7-0 and tied the ball game up, and now trail 14-7 with 1:12 left here in the first half. Looking ahead, Economides going to get the football to start the second half. They kick off here with 1:12 left. Short kick fielded by the Huskies at the 9, across the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 33-yard line, and that's as far as they'll go there. 67 yards away on the return by Martin Dorado. The Huskies will send the offense on the field with 1:04 left. Jaguars, you look at their 14 points, and it very well could be a lot more. They had multiple opportunities in which they started drives in Husky territory. Lead by 7 at 14-7. Husky football on first down. Bad snap. Quarterback going to fall on it. And he had the presence of mind there, or the knowing of what was behind him. He could have scooped that football up and still done something with it. This time he falls on it. And now a timeout is going to be called by Economides. That's the Jaguars' final timeout. No, it's not. That's just their first. So they're going to try to get this football back one more time. Why not? You get the ball back to start the third quarter. Outside of the strands of Cotton Eye Joe. You can see the video going there on your screen. I'd sing that for you, but no. 50 seconds left here. It could be no worse than some of the broadcasts I've been with already this year. 14-7 to score. We'll leave it at that. 50 seconds left here in the first half. Last week we were at Edinburgh, and I counted them, at least 6 different color commentaries going on, as we had a live mic going on in the production room. 14-7 to score here. Huskies under center on 2nd and 23. They'll run the ball to the right side. Diaz tries to get to the corner, and he will be run out of bounds, and that will help Economides' cause. Short gain on the play, but running out of bounds will stop the clock. Economides will be able to save one of their timeouts. 42.5 seconds left here in the half. Huskies trailing 14-7. Edinburgh Economides with the lead, wanting to get the ball back. They should, barring a first down here by the Huskies on 3rd and 21. They've got to take it all the way out across the 43-yard line to get a new set of downs. 2 receivers left-hand side, I formation for the Huskies on 3rd down. They'll run it on a draw up the middle. That goes for short yardage. Economides will now burn their second timeout, and it stops the clock with 34 seconds remaining. And so now we'll see the Economides Jaguars take a shot or two downfield against the Huskies. First things first, they'll come after the punter or try to set up a big punt return. At halftime, we'll keep the stream rolling. You'll be able to see the bands performing here at La Jolla. Punting time for the Huskies. Jaguars drift a man back at his own 45 to return the kick. Good snap. Kick is away. High end-over-end kick fielded by the Jaguars back into Husky territory and dropped to the 48. 24 seconds left here in the half. Jaguars with 1 timeout left start yet another drive in Husky territory. You figure the Jaguars will be able to use one timeout. They'll also have the advantage of the clock stopping after a first down. This drive at the 47. Huskies defensively drop a few men back. Shotgun formation for Alvarez. Hands the ball off. Running play at right side. That'll go for about 6. And now Economides will go with the hurry-up offense. 10 seconds. 9. 8. Now down to 5. They'll run the play, maybe the last play of the half. Pass play right side tipped incomplete with 1.1 seconds left. And you got to wonder there. They had a timeout remaining. After the running play didn't get the first down, had a chance to use it there. 3rd down and 4. Now the Huskies can send even more players back into the secondary, further and further back. They bring in Martin Diaz. He's lined up as if he were a punt returner. Stationed back at the 14-yard line in the final spot in a prevent defense. Pass play on the final play of the half for the Jaguars. Lofted up for grabs down the side. It's going to be tipped and incomplete. And that's how we come to an end of the first half of play with the Jaguars of Edinburgh Economides on top. 14-7. The Huskies and Jaguars head to the halftime locker room. I'll step aside. The bands will take over. We'll be back for the second half. This is live streaming coverage from La Jolla on a Thursday on ValleyCentral.com.